Hi everyone, it's Ewan Ramsey here, now Acting Director for Swarm. It's not a good day, not been a good day for us. Jim has stood down as the Director of Swarm, mainly for his health. He has been suffering some health issues going recently and will continue to do so. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. Personally, I take this role on reluctantly. I would have preferred Jim to have been in good health and to have been able to lead this going forward. Swarm is Jim. Jim is Swarm, for want of a better word. There are some analogies with Steve Jobs and Apple. He is the founder, he is the creator, and his genes are very much woven into the fabric of his being. And to that extent, Jim will not be replaceable in any way or form. I can only take on the roles and responsibilities, but it will still be Jim's organisation. And I am happy with that, and I am happy that Jim will be contributing to the organisation going forward. He's not going away. He's still going to be working with us. He's still going to be actively participating. He's still going to be talking at shows. He's still going to be interviewing. He's still going to be doing all of these types of things for as long as he's capable of doing so. And we're grateful for that. I'm not a media person per se. Jim is far better at it than I am. Why has Jim chosen me? Because I've been a Swarm administrator now for 2 years-ish. I became very active in the community after getting involved in SAR by accident myself. I helped a local farmer not a kilometre down the road from here. Helped finding his sheep. Funnily enough, he'd lost 3 sheep. I helped find his sheep. That introduced me to search and rescue, and ever since then, you know, I've had the epiphany about what drones can do for search and rescue, and to that, I've pretty much dedicated most of my time that I have available to advancing that as much as I can. Now, I do that through technology, through things like this. This is the stuff I make for a company called Phoenix UAS. This is a search and rescue specific drone. You've probably seen our other stuff as well. But also, I've been looking to advance stuff through our workflows, the way we engage in these types of things. And this is partly why we're having the reboot. Why I established the reboot program is because Swarm started in the correct way. It started by engaging with the community. It was a grassroots movement to help families either obtain closure or help with finding their loved ones, full stop. And that's still the goal, and that will not be lost in any way, shape or form. That's one of the fundamentals of what Swarm actually is. The reboot is because the expectations have grown slightly. As Swarm has become more popular, it's the largest drone-based search and rescue organisation on the web at the moment. Our expectations have grown, the engagements have increased, and we've seen more activity from what we call managed incidents. So these are searches established by law enforcement, by dedicated and professional search and rescue agencies, and other agencies as well. And with that has come higher expectations. And we've found some of our operating model to be lacking. And that's why we're going through the reboot. We're introducing some new minimum technical standards. Some of you have already seen this. That is now finalized. We'll be releasing a video on that soon, along with the final document. We're working on a code of conduct. This is extremely important. The code of conduct is one of our most important activities, mainly because most of you and me engage with families who call you out and you are performing a search for them with no real oversight. This presents a number of problems because if a victim is found, there is a we open ourselves up to contamination of a potential crime scene. And as a result, we could face legal and financial consequences, or rather you and I would face the legal and financial consequences of doing this. So we need to be very careful about how we engage with families now that we're uncovering some of the legal issues that come with that. We need to bring that into effect with part of our code of conduct. So we'll hear more of that soon. I'll be taking that over from Jessica, who unfortunately has now stood down as well. She will be replaced by Ken Simpson. I think Jim's already mentioned this. Ken has a very distinguished career, and he's very passionate about search and rescue and the use of drones within it. I won't touch on him. I'll let him make his own introductions. He can do that himself. We are sorry to see Jessica go. She will still be in the community naturally, but she's been a good administrator, and we'll be sorry to see her go. The final part of the reboot that we're looking at is the engagement model. And this is how Swarm is activated, how Swarm activates its users, and how we get those users into the field, and making sure that throughout that whole process we're not missing call-outs, and that we are specifying the right operator for the right mission. Now, this is quite a hard task to perform. This is not as easy as it originally sounds. However, I have some very strategic ideas about how we're going to be improving this going forward. Jim already knows this. I presented a plan about what we could do with this. I came up with a plan in 2014 about how we could engage far better with other agencies and how we can improve the efficiency across Swarm hugely. Now, you're going to hear more about that in the future, mainly because it's a very significant undertaking. It will require funding, as will much of our activities going forward. We're going to need to be looking at some form of funding to cover things like liability insurance, the legal and fees, these types of things. So we also need to look at how Swarm is structured as an entity. We can't keep going the way we are just now. We are legally exposed, which we have addressed till now, but we need to solidify that. Going forward, we're looking at things like a non-profit entity, even looking as far as a commercial entity. Commercial does not appeal. It is not the ethos of Swarm to be a private company or to be a fully professional company. That's not what we're about. It's very much a volunteer organisation, and we want to keep it that way. So we're very much looking at a non-profit setup that still has financial implications. So we have to come up with a subject about how we're going to be able to fund the setup, the insurance, the liabilities, all of the administrative stuff that is involved in creating this. It's to protect you, it's to protect us, it's to make sure that we are operating as the governments, the law enforcement agencies, all of these agencies expect us to operate in. So, yeah, we have some difficult decisions to make going forward. We have some ideas about how this is going to go forwards, and I'll be presenting more of these going forwards. But yeah, so we have some difficult times ahead, but we have some exciting stuff coming along as well. All I can say is really thanks to you guys that we are where we're at. It's you guys that have made us who we are. There's almost 5,000 of us now. Most of you are on the roster. We're happy to see that. I said we are sad that Jim has stood down. We're still going to be dealing with it. Jim's still going to be here. He's still part of the organisation. Absolutely. He's not going anywhere. And we will do whatever we can to keep Jim involved in the company in the organisation going forward. So, wish this was better news. I wish I could have made this presentation in better circumstances. But we are where we're at, and we are here to make what we can going forward. And I'm personally quite excited. I'm very motivated to make sure that we take the reboot forwards, that we become the organisation that agencies expect us to be. I know that we're going to be breaking new grounds. Other agencies will be following in our footsteps, so to speak, and we will be breaking the grounds therein. About how drones are going to be operating within a search and rescue context. I think you'll be happy with the results at the end. I think a lot of the agencies will be happy. But more importantly, the 5,000 of you guys out there, I think will be happy as well, knowing that this is where we're going to be going. It's the right thing to do. It's going to make things better in the long term. It will make things better. It's going to be easier for you guys to get engaged. I'm happy with the way things are going forward. And that's one of the reasons Jim has appointed me the director going forward, is that it's that vision which will see Swarm advance and continue to grow the way it's going, while still meeting the expectations going forward. Now, technicalities. Should be mentioned that Jim is still the director of Swarm. I will only, in title, I am merely the acting director. It will not be officially written into paper until 2017. But as of today, the active day-to-day responsibilities will fall to me. So Jim will still be my mentor. Absolutely, he will be going forward. That's without question, and I can hope it'll be more than that. Sorry, Jim. So, as I said, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Open to answer as many as I can. We really hope some of you guys will get involved in the reboots. We don't want to be the guys coming up with all the ideas and enforcing them. We don't want to do that. This is a community. It's up to you guys to help us formulate what we think is the appropriate way to operate. I can thank Garrett and David for their contributions so far with the technical considerations, and say we're looking to help. We're looking for you guys to help us advance the code of conduct and engagement model going forward as well. So please drop me a line if you feel you can help. Great. We're looking for all constructive comments. We're looking for anyone willing to contribute in this area. And of course, full acknowledgement if you do. If your ideas come up, then they'll be taken forward. We've already had some good ideas about ranking systems, being able to rank operators based on skills, based on experience, based on the technology that they have available to hand. So a lot of good ideas in the pots. A lot of them will advance Swarm, and we're looking to make sure that happens. But until now, so I'm signing off for now. This is an unscripted video, very wet and cold Switzerland. So hoping to hear more from you guys soon. I'm hoping to present more. A lot of you guys don't know who I am. You probably just know me as the administrator. But yeah, hoping to speak to you guys a little bit more, let you know where I am, where I've come from. Hope to do that. And that's us. Hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.